Thousands of people packed a massive room here at the convention center. The crowd erupted several times during this speech, including when Trump talked about U.S. and Mexico, when he criticized the media, and when he criticized Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton does not have the strength or the stamina to be president. Doesn't. She'll do a meeting and then she'll show up 5 days later, do another one, then she'll go home, go to sleep, then she'll rest. When you're dealing with the Chinese who are ripping us off on trade, when you're dealing with Japan, when you're dealing with Vietnam, when you're dealing with India, when you're dealing with Mexico, killing us on the border, killing us on trade, you need a lot of strength, you need a lot of stamina, and she doesn't have it.
It was a wild rally today with several interruptions by anti-Trump protesters. It was Governor Chris Christie who came out first and introduced Trump. Trump spoke for about 30 or so minutes, and when a protester did interrupt him, Trump would yell, "Get them out of here," and many were escorted out by police. Some protesters had signs that read, "Love Trump's hate." Some wore shirts that read Muslim American or Mexican American. Another thing that Trump mentioned several times was the Saturday Republican caucus. He asked many people, many supporters, to promise to vote on Saturday. That's the latest from downtown Louisville. Christina Mora, WLKY News.
All right, thank you, Christina. Thousands of people braved the rain to get into the Kentucky International Convention Center. Many waited for hours, and some didn't even make it inside by the time Trump took the stage.
WLKY's Mark Vanderhoff joins us outside. Mark, how was the crowd?
Rick, Vicki, there was a very large crowd. Thousands of people were just streaming by, but it appears that most people have gone home now. That was in stark contrast to earlier today when there were lines around both blocks on both sides of this building. Many people standing out in the rain, but they didn't seem to mind as long as they could see the man who they think is going to win the Republican nomination. Donald Trump supporters began arriving at lunchtime, and the line grew very quickly. Supporters cheered and showed off their signs. Vendors sold Donald Trump hats and shirts. Inside, the crowd was loud and excited. Officials expected several thousand people. Many said they drove from hours away from all over Kentucky and Indiana.
I'm down here to support something historical. I'm down here to support basically something I've never experienced before and to be part of history.
It's not the same old song and dance. It's not the same stuff you hear year after year and promises. He actually might do something different than what everybody else says they would do.
He's the only candidate that can make America great again. He's going to bring jobs back from China. He's good with foreign trade.
Now, when the Trump supporters began coming out of the convention center, they were greeted by a very large crowd of Trump protesters. As you can imagine, that created some pretty tense moments, but police quickly moved in, formed a line to separate the two groups, and that largely seemed to solve the problems. Live in downtown Louisville, Mark Vanderhoff, WLKY News.